my name is Emily Roth and I'm with Weathered Hearts. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make over a Dollar Tree styrofoam pumpkin using the Dixie Belle Patina line. So basically I'm going to make one of these pumpkins look like it's all rusty. So far what I've done is I put a coat of the Dixie Belle Midnight Sky, which is kind of like a charcoal gray color, just to cover up the orange of the pumpkin, because it's going to take a lot of coats of the patina, the iron patina, to cover up that orange. So I wanted to give it a base coat of black. With the patina line, you want to make sure you shake it up really well. You're also going to want to make sure to do the same with the spray. And so to get the rusted look, you use the iron patina paint and then the green patina spray. I'm going to be applying it with just a round artist brush that I got at Michael's, but you can use any type of brush really for this. I also removed the stem of the pumpkin because I'm going to replace it with something more rustic. I haven't decided yet exactly what I'm going to be putting. So I'm just getting some of the patina paint on the tip of my brush, and I'm going to start dabbing it on. I want to make sure that I'm doing a dabbing motion, not a brush stroke, because I want it to have texture and look like it's all weathered metal. You want to make sure to use this patina paint outdoors. Alright, so now that I have one full coat on the pumpkin, I'm going to go ahead and let that dry. Once it's dry, I'm going to add a second coat, and then while that second coat is wet is when I will apply the patina spray. Alright, put the lid back on this so it doesn't dry out. Super warm outside today. So now I have my green patina spray, and I'm going to shake that up. Also be careful if you have the spray lid on it versus the actual lid, because some of the spray may leak out. I'm going to take it and I'm going to just spray a little bit out because I need to clean out the nozzle a little bit. Okay. And now I'm going to go around and just start spraying the pumpkin. So now that I have put on my second coat and sprayed it, now I just have to wait for it to dry and start to activate. The rust and iron patina, it takes a little bit longer than if you were to use like a bronze or a copper. So I'm just going to go ahead and let it sit out here in the backyard and start to dry. Hey guys, alright, so I'm back. It's been a few hours for the rust on this pumpkin. So you can kind of see some of the drips. So it's definitely started to rust. It's really extremely rusty right here because there was like a puddle of the patina spray that sat in there for a while. This is what it's looking like. Now, it's very subtle, And so I want to do something to bring out more of like the orangey tones. So I'm gonna try something that I've not tried before, and I'll just kind of see how it goes. So I have my Prime Start that you use with, like if you're putting patina on metal, you would use Prime Start. But I'm gonna try dry brushing some of it at the top where there's more of the rust look, because it's a very orangey, copper, rusty kind of color. So I'm just gonna see how it goes. So I'm just trying to think here what my best option is gonna be. Okay, so I think I might use this one. And it's just an artistic fan brush that I'll be using. So I'm only gonna get just a tiny, tiny bit on here. I wanna brush the majority of it off. And then I'm just gonna lightly kind of fan it across. Oops, and I just got it all over my arm. So I'm brushing it kind of in all directions. I think you can kind of see a little bit where it looks a little more orangey at the top now. I'm going over the spots where the patina dripped down. So I'm just kind of highlighting those rusty areas. All right. So now you can see it looks a lot more rusted. And all I did is I took some of the Dixie Belle Prime Start and I shook it up real well. I took my fan brush here, and you can use a chip brush or something that, not like a real stiff, thick brush. You want something that's kind of just wispy, and so you can just brush it along so it doesn't glob on and look like a full-on brush stroke. I wanted it to look very fanned out and more so to highlight those areas that had that rust, but it just kind of brings more intensity to it. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna wait for this to dry really well, and then I'm gonna seal it with probably just a clear coat. And I wanna do a satin clear coat because I want it to have still a little bit of shine to it, but not too much shine. And so I'll seal it with a satin clear coat by Dixie Belle, and then I'm gonna probably cut out the center and stick just a small stick that I found in the backyard. Take another branch and cut it, and then put it as the stem for this. And I'll probably take some burlap and make a burlap bow. All right, so I'm back. I've given my pumpkin some time to dry. It's very dry to the touch. So now I am taking Dixie Belle Clear Coat in Satin, and I'm going to be completely covering this. With the patina, you want to always top coat it because it will continue the development process, I guess, of rusting, or if you have like the copper or bronze patina, it's going to continue to get that green patina look or the blue patina look. So you just want to make sure that you top coat it to stop that activation. So it's going to look almost streaky when you're brushing it on, but as it dries, that's going to go away. I sat it all over myself, in my hair. Alright, it's fully covered. Now I'm going to let that dry. And I am going to get this sealer out of my hair. Alright, so I have my fully dried and sealed rusty Patina Pumpkin. It's very, very cool looking. The camera does not do it justice. So I have my little stick here, my stick stem, the little burlap bow that I added. So now I just need to add a bigger hole to the top, because what comes with the pumpkin is a little styrofoam stem here, and it's just on a toothpick. So I need to create a bigger hole for this. So I'm just using a box cutter and just make a small incision like I'm doing surgery on a pumpkin. Okay, I'm going to take my stick stem, you want to make sure not to make the hole too big, so I'm just going to kind of force it in there, and because it's styrofoam, it's just going to form around it, it's fine. So I reposition my bow here. And I used the burlap with the wire in it so I can kind of form the bow how I want it to look. Alright, so I think that looks good to me. You can still see all the rust. We have our cute little stick stem with a patina, or I mean with a burlap bow. And it doesn't have to have the bow, you can just take the bow off and have just the stick stem also. Or you could even use some jute like I did with these. But I just wanted to do something a little bit different. So these are just two different options of what you can do with these Dollar Tree pumpkins using Dixie Belle products. So this was Dixie Belle paint in drop cloth, and, or sorry, no, it was fluff with the Best Staying Wax in black. And then this was the, actually got a base coat of Midnight Sky Dixie Belle paint. And then once that dried, I put a coat of Dixie Belle patina in iron all over the pumpkin. And then once that dried, I added a second coat. And then while that second coat was still wet, I used Dixie Belle's green patina spray. And I focused mainly on the top and then making it drip in all of the ridges. Because I like the way it looks when it kind of runs down. And then once that dried, I should probably mention how long it took to dry. It was about 3 to 4 hours is what I let it dry for. And that was sitting out in the sun for a while as well, which kind of helps to activate it a little faster. And then once that green spray dried and the rust color started to come through, it wasn't rusty enough for me. And so I wanted to add, this is Dixie Belle Prime Start. And this is used for putting on metal before you add the patina. But I like the color of it. It's a very rusty color. So I took that on a fan brush and I lightly brushed over mainly the top and then the areas going down where the rust was to highlight those areas a little bit more. Once that dried, I came back with the Dixie Belle Clear Coat in Satin, let that dry, and then I got my stick from the backyard, cut it, made a bigger hole for the stem, put that in there with a little burlap bow on it. So that is how you get this look. If you guys don't mind, if you would give this video a like or a comment, I would love to hear feedback, hopefully good feedback. Thank you guys.